Hey friends, thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate you so much. For those who are seeing my face for the first time, my name is Nomhlanga. I'm an immigrant nurse living and working in Germany. And guys, we're still on the road to 5,000 subscribers. And I'm seeing the numbers are going up and not back. Thank you so much for your support. And don't forget that when we reach the 5,000 subscribers, I'm doing a cash giveaway. My birthday is on the 4th of December. Can we get to 5,000 subscribers before the 4th of December? Then I'll just, who knows, maybe I'll just double the money, because it's gonna be my big birthday. Anyway, on today's video, I'll be taking you guys with me. We are going to see a nursing student in Germany. We get to see, we get to learn, we get to know what really happens in the nursing Ausbildung from someone who left their home country to do nursing in this country. So you are going to learn about the Ausbildung. You are going to see where they live, the struggles they go through, how much money do they make, their monthly budget, just everything, so that it gives you an idea of what to expect in this nursing Ausbildung. And the cherry on top, I'll be sharing with you some companies which are taking nursing students for the upcoming intake 1 April 2026. So you better stay tuned.
Lindelwe
So Lindelwe, what time does your day usually start?
My day starts, when I'm going to school, I start my day from 7 a.m. I usually wake up at like 5:30. And then I have 30 minutes of bathing, and then from 7 o'clock I'm preparing my lunch for school, which is like most of the time it's always bread. And then I start school at 8 o'clock, and because I stay like 10 minutes away from school, so I don't need much time to walk up until the Haltestelle and also to get to school. So I leave home like 20 to 8, and then I catch my bus at like quarter to 8. I get to school exactly at like 8 o'clock. That's when I get to school and start my day. Doing Pflegeausbildung zum Pflegefachkraft oder Pflegefachfrau. That's basically like nursing in Germany, like the nursing that we have like all over the world. So I actually chose Ausbildung zum Pflegefachfrau in Vertiefung Paediatric, which means I'm mainly specializing in kids. It's 3 years long. Like the requirements and everything, I think it depends with the hospital where you're applying to. So the Ausbildung is built like this. The Ausbildung, which means it's like the apprenticeship, it's built like this in the hospital where I'm at. I go to school, I have theory and I have practical, and so I have school. So school is like 6 weeks to 8 weeks. Like 8 weeks maximum and 6 weeks minimum. I'll be in class, it's called theory block, and then from there I go to practical, which is usually longer, which usually goes for 3 months maximum and 2 months maximum. So it's like a placement in general, whereby you're gonna be placed in different wards in the hospital just for you to gain some experience and some knowledge. And then you also have something called external Einsatz, which means it's like external placements whereby you won't be in the hospital again. You won't be in the hospital, rather you'll be in old people's homes, care, I don't know what they call it, I think it's called dom care, whereby you'll be going like with the car, caring for people from home and stuff. So this is basically how the Ausbildung is done. So about the exams, when you want to start the Ausbildung, you've got something called Probezeit, which is 6 months, and then if you pass, you move on. Then you have Zwischenprüfung. If you pass, then you got something called Abschlussprüfung, which like determines that you are now like a qualified nurse, which is like at the end. So basically that's the Ausbildung. I'm actually in my 2nd year, going to 3rd year now.
Your favorite part about your Ausbildung?
Actually, that's a very good question. my favorite part about the whole Ausbildung, I've never even thought about it. I've never, like, to be honest, I'm gonna answer this honestly. I think the favorite part is helping people in general. I mean, it's like an experience of a lifetime, like seeing people being healed, and people, if someone comes to the hospital sick with no hope, and then they leave with hope and smile at the end of the day. I think saving lives is the most fascinating thing about the Ausbildung.
What's the most challenging part of your studies, and how do you overcome that?
The most challenging part about my studies is that it's the language, of course. The language, if I have an exam, which means I have to start preparing for the exam 4 months before, and every block or every theory block we have an exam. So I have to start preparing like 4 weeks before the exam because of the language. I mean, just for all the medical terms to settle in my brain in a foreign language, I think that's the hardest part about the whole Ausbildung. Yeah. There was a child once came to our hospital because I'm in kids. I'm doing pediatrics, which is kids, of course. So this child was had a heart failure. They came to our hospital and then she was basically dead, and then we brought her to life. That was the most amazing thing about it.
How old was the child?
2.
2 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No comment. No comment.
Money, that's the most interesting part about it, that during your studying you get money. You get, like, it depends with the hospital, as I say, but as for where I'm at, we get 1,100, like in the second year, and in the first year we're getting like 1,000 only. So the money just increases as the year goes by. So I get less than like 1,100 euros. So in this 1,100 euros, I have 400 euro rent. I'm left with 600, and then in the 600 I have to pay for my internet, I have to pay for my Fahrkarte, which is for transport. The Fahrkarte, it's like in that $100, and then I also have to pay for my phone, which I took on credit. So I think for all the other expenses I pay like 110 euros. So now I'm basically left with 500 euros, and then for food, I'm not a cooker. I don't really cook, and I'm not a foodie person, so I'll just take it at like 50 euros a month. So I'm left with 450. So at the end of the day, per month, for my spendings and for all my personal things, and of course we also have like tax, I'm left with like 450 euros. So I just feel like, to be honest, my honest opinion is that I feel like the money is just too little compared to the job and the work that we do at the hospital. Because sometimes we work like the original nurses of our craft. So I just feel like if the money was a bit more, it could have made sense. And considering the inflation and stuff, I really wish the money was more. But with our knowledge that we have, it's okay. It's okay. For a single person who doesn't have a child, it's okay. For me, I'm not complaining. I'm surviving. I'm not complaining. So like my saving tips are every month. You just have to have like one specific amount that whereby you say this 100 euro or this 150 euro is definitely for the savings, and then you put it on the side. So I have 2 cards. The other one is whereby my income comes in and everything. I also use that one for spending, and then I also have another card which I use for my savings. So every time when I get my money, I set my bank that every month there's 150 euros that goes to my savings account. So every month I save 150 euros. And then with this money, of course, I want to do my driver's license. I use it for traveling, I use it for clothes, I use it for shoes, I love shoes, for going out with friends. Yeah, I think that's the only tip that I can give about saving. My dreams and wishes after the Ausbildung. I'm a very ambitious somebody. I'm a very ambitious young lady. What I wish is, of course, I want to continue working at the hospital where I'm doing my Ausbildung. I want to work in the intensive care unit for the neonatal, for the early born and newborn babies. So yeah, that's what I want to do basically. And then of course I also want to be an independent woman, have my big house, have kids, make my own family. I mean, I don't have family here in Germany, so it's gonna start with me creating my own family, and also investing a lot back home, buying land, building houses. I think that's part of the future plans that I have, like after my Ausbildung, because I think it's gonna be possible with the money that I'm gonna be getting. Yeah. Advice that I'd give to someone out there who wants to move to Germany and do this Ausbildung. The first thing is that I can say is that just go for it, man. Du schaffst es. I mean, we see there are so many people that have done it before us, which means it's a doable thing. So if you really feel like you really want to be independent and you really want to embark on a new journey, just go for it. I mean, in life, there's no smooth road. I mean, there's no road without storms. The storms will always be there, but just come despite whatever, but you're gonna make it at the end. That's what I can say. The challenges that I face most of the time is it's the language. The language is the first obstacle ever, because without the language, it's so hard to integrate into the culture, to integrate, to make friends, to have conversations, especially if you are an like outgoing person. For you to go out there and make real friends, it's hard. So those are part of the obstacles that I can say that you will face when you come here. Loneliness. Some people are not friendly. I've noticed both Africans and even the natives from this country, they are not so friendly, some of them. But if you get friendly ones, then well, good luck. And also the Africans, most of the Africans, some of them, they don't want to associate themselves with other Africans, so which makes it a lonely journey. But if you get other Africans who are actually nice and who like to mix and mingle, then you'll be lucky. In terms of finances, sometimes you'll get to a point whereby you're gonna exhaust your finances up until the last cent, and then you have no one to turn to and ask help from, because you're also from Africa. And I mean, especially if you're not from a well-off family, who's gonna send you money and who's gonna save you at this point? Making decisions, because at this age you're now making lifetime decisions, and sometimes if you don't have anyone to ask advice from, then which means it's either you're gonna be digging your own grave or you're gonna be making a wise decision about your future. So I think those are part of the obstacles. And then the other thing is, if you get here, you're so far away from family, and there are so many things that are happening back home when you're not there. Someone is sick, people die, people are getting married. I mean, that FOMO of if someone is getting married back home and then you're here, and if someone is sick or someone dies, I mean, just giving the final send off, the only thing that you can do just to be closer is through the phone call with your family. But I think phone call helps. Internet has made life easier for us. You're not going to be privileged, you're going to be privileged. You're going to be just privileged from living your youthful life, because you have now taken that role of being a breadwinner at home, seeing people travel and stuff, but you can't be traveling the world knowing where you come from. And meeting mean people, you're gonna meet them along the way. Yeah, that's the actual reality about it. Accommodation, living as 500 people in one apartment. Just be ready for those. I mean, the other things that you can always look forward to, it's the cultural experience, the cultural exchange. You're gonna learn a lot of things that you don't have in your home country, basically.
I hope this video gave you an insight of what happens in the pediatric Ausbildung here in Germany. In the description box, I linked 2 companies. These 2 companies just take general nurses all over the world. You can go and practice there as long as you meet the requirements. On one of my upcoming videos, I'm still editing that video, by the way, but it will be very detailed, so you know whether is it a scam or not, what the companies offer, what you have to ask even on the interview when you get such an advert, and so on. So please make sure your notification bell is on. A disclaimer: I'm not an immigration lawyer. I do not have influence on you getting a work contract or anything. I'm just sharing with you information which none of your friends or relatives or cousins or whoever is in Germany can share with you. I'm just sharing this information with you for free. No one pays for this information. If anyone comes to you saying they are taking money on my behalf, please let me know as soon as possible. Especially just tag me on Instagram or on Facebook. I'll see that message instantly, or just leave the comment on the video so we watch out for such people. All these things are for free. Be it the job, be it the Ausbildung place, you won't have to pay anything. Thank you for your understanding. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, what are you waiting for? Just click on that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Share my video with someone out there. You know, a lot of them know. They'll benefit from it. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.